As I get older, I like to at least think that I'm getting a little bit wiser, though my long-suffering wife, she might debate you on that. But I do know that I'm getting more appreciative. Faith, family, and in my line of work and with my passions, the right to keep and bear arms and the privilege to hunt. And the simple things, like being able to take a walk in the woods. Now, these freedoms are not given to us. They're not free. Make no mistake about it, they're earned. This episode of Outfitters Rating TV features a bear hunt, but it's not really about a bear hunt. We're proud to introduce you to two remarkable men. The hunter is John Bennett. The outfitter is Wayne Woods. Their story should serve as a reminder to us all to appreciate the freedoms we have and the reasons that we have them. Here's their story in their own words.
I joined the Montana Army National Guard when I was 19 years old. And at first when I joined, I signed up for the college money like most kids do. But the longer I stayed in, the more I realized that the military was a part of me that I loved. I needed that. I served 14 years, went on 2 deployments. I went to Bosnia in 2002 for a peacekeeping mission. Then a couple years later, we got called up to do a tour over in Iraq. We were out on patrol. As we were rolling into the area, I heard a pop sound, and then there was smoke and dust in my Humvee. And so I thought one of my guys accidentally fired their weapon off, so I was asking them, and they're telling me, no, it wasn't them. So then I started thinking maybe we hit a small IED. Drove a little ways further, got turned around, stopped, and I wanted to get out and check the outside of the vehicle for any damage. As I did, I stepped out of the vehicle, turned back towards the Humvee, and I heard another pop sound. And at that point, my legs just gave out from underneath me, and I fell to the ground, and I remember yelling at my guys to turn me over so I could shoot back, yelling at them to stay in the vehicle so they didn't get hurt. And then I remember the medic starting to work on me. And then that's the last thing I remember until I woke up in Walter Reed 6 weeks later. I was in country for about 2 months when I was shot by a sniper, February 11th, 2005. So we drove home, and as we were coming home, there's an overpass right outside of Cascade. And my family and friends, they were out there, and they hung a banner up saying, "Welcome home, John." And it was really nice. I got home, and it was incredible. I mean, knowing that I made it through what I did. It was Homes for Our Troops, and they're an organization that helps build accessible homes for disabled vets. There's a retired contractor here in Cascade, Terry Curnow, and he volunteered to head the project. I could actually go in and see my kids in their room again. I can go kiss them goodnight. They finished the house February 11th, 2007. It was It was nice. We got to move into our house 2 years after my injury. When I first got shot, and I woke up in the hospital, and I realized that I was going to be paralyzed for the rest of my life. I honestly believe that my opportunities to get out and hunt like I used to before and fish, I never thought that I was going to be able to do it. I seen all this organization stuff that helps you to get out there, and so I started to believe that I could do it again. And I got the opportunity to go on a couple of hunting trips, and I'm in a wheelchair, and I realized that, hey, I can still do what I used to. And so that kind of changed my philosophy and my thought process. So, you know, I mean, my motto now is I do everything that I used to. I just do it differently.
Outfitters Rating TV is brought to you by OutfittersRating.com. Trust, but verify. EuroOptic.com, the source for premium firearms and optics. Swagger, broadheads that open so fast you can hear the swag. CMERE Deer, the revolutionary deer attractant. And by Carl Zeiss Sport Optics. Zeiss, we make it visible.
OutfittersRating.com will change the way you look at outfitters and charters. Outfitters, if you do what you say you do and run a quality business, it's a no-brainer. It's free, it's quick, and it's simple. Hunters and fishermen, now you have the resources to verify you get what you pay for. All you have to do is visit the outfitter testimonials on the site, and you'll understand why you want to be here.
OutfittersRating.com. Trust, but verify.
The term hero gets thrown around pretty casually these days. To me, a hero is someone who put his or her life on the line to defend the weak or to protect an ideal. John Bennett's a hero, a volunteer, a citizen soldier, a man who served his country's military, a man who lost the use of his legs doing so. After coming back home to Montana, John dreamed of getting back out into the field, of hunting and fishing. Well, outfitter Wayne Woods stepped up, offering his time and services completely free of charge to make John's dream of hunting brown bear a reality. For Wayne, it's done to honor his country and those who have sacrificed so much to protect our freedoms. And it's Wayne's way of honoring the memory of his son, Shane.
I'm especially pleased to be able to serve our nation's disabled veterans because it means a lot to me personally because of my son's service and sacrifice. This lifestyle that we have, this is what he was very active in when he was a young man, and just so happy to share that, and it was a big part of his life and a big part of what he wanted to share with the men that he served with. And after his loss, in combat, this was something that my family and I felt like we could do to just help continue his memory and know that this was something were he with us, he would be very, very engaged with. It's so wonderful to have the help and support of people who volunteer their time and efforts to help these disabled young men. And I was very blessed with the presence of Lynn Behan here who went well out of his way to come help and be a part of this hunt because he's a veteran himself and just has a great heart for these young men and loves to share his outdoor experience with them as well.
We had to actually get to our camp, which was at first a little scary to me, I guess. We were in a float, we had to take a float plane in, and I wasn't quite sure how they were gonna get me into the plane. It's not that easy, but they made it happen.
I don't think we need that, Tom. Okay. If we just go each arm and each leg and set you right up in there.
You grab the side of the plane now.
How about you get a seat harness? And,
a whole smother.
We got to see a lot of beautiful scenery coming in, the glaciers and just incredible views.
Because this young man is totally confined to a wheelchair, it presented some special challenges to us, and we had to go through a certain amount of preparation to try and figure out how to make this work for him and make the camp accessible for him. Some of the things worked very well, and some of them we had to tweak in process.
This was built to your specs, brother, so if we go in the mud.
We had a cabin stay in, and Wayne had built this wonderful walkway from the cabin all the way to the water. Not to mention he built this fabulous floating blind, floating raft, whatever you want to call it. We used it for both. I thought I'd never be able to get out and hunt and fish and just do everything that I used to. And the more I looked at it and the more I looked at my life and realized that I can do it, I can still get out there and hunt and fish and camp. I just have to find a way to do it different.
Recently, a series of grueling tests were conducted to show the performance of today's top broadheads. Test 1, durability. Swacker shows its toughness. Test 2, penetration. Crushes this shoulder blade, cutting 18 inches deep. Test 3, extreme angles. Swacker dominates the quartering shot. See how the Swacker performed in all the tests at swacker.com.
At EuroOptic.com, we provide only the finest optics and shooting products available, including night vision and thermal vision monoculars, goggles, and weapon sights from brands you trust, like Benelli, EOTech, Sako, and Night Force. So the next time you're looking for quality optics or firearms, call us at 570-220-3159 or visit us at EuroOptic.com.
You want to supercharge your corn, grain, or protein pellets? Try new CMERE corn coat. Whatever you treat, the deer will eat. And corn coat is so simple to mix. You just pour it in and shake it up. We have had some absolutely amazing results by using CMERE corn coat. You gotta try it. CMERE.
John Bennett is on his dream hunt, brown bear in Alaska. Now it hasn't been easy, and there have been lots of obstacles. But with the help of outfitter Wayne Woods, they've faced each problem and overcome it. And each day brings John closer to his dream of taking a bear.
This particular location that we've been hunting from is really really a special place. It's an outstanding location because there's a lot of bears in this region, and they congregate at this particular spot because of the salmon resources. This not only gets a strong summer run of sockeye salmon that remains here for about 2 months, but then it gets a strong run of coho salmon as well.
Just saw the sow with the cubs. Came out along the rocks over here. It looks like she's making her way around to the camp here.
And then it rained. From the day we got here, it rained every day. You know, and it would have been miserable, but we had a nice warm cabin to stay in. The meals were wonderful. Got to see several bears, 5 to 10 bears a day, every day. The stories that were told in the cabin were were wonderful.
You got 2 chocolates up there? You want to go a yellow and a chocolate? You gonna make it 2 layer?
I think we ought to go full blown,
okay.
Full bore.
Okay.
I mean, make them a cake. Well, happy birthday, John.
Thank you.
Happy birthday, John.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, many more.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
The lake, it rose 3-4 feet. So we weren't able to get out and use the raft like we had planned. We used it one day and tried to make a move on a bear, but that was before the rain really socked in.
Our guest this week had hopes of taking a bear with a bow, and I felt like it was a very doable proposition, but the weather conditions kind of changed against us, and the water rose up to such a level it pushed the bears off of where they were normally feeding back into the brush, and we had to come up with something a little bit different, and fortunately we did have a plan B.
We can still make it happen if we get the right opportunity. So on the scope. Yeah, let's make sure it's what we want here. Yeah. And that boy's really working those fish. He's definitely going to give us a shot.
He's going to come up on the island, I think.
So I think we're going to go ahead and get a shot here when he comes in.
All right, he's coming up on the island.
Okay.
I'm on safe.
You're on safe. Go ahead and get a sight picture on here. But when he stops here, why go ahead and let him have it? Heck yeah.
Heck yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. That was awesome.
Yeah. He came out pretty good.
Yeah, he did.
I'm going to let him sit a while, man.
What's that?
Sit a while.
Oh, well,
it's awesome.
Pretty quick.
OutfittersRating.com will change the way you look at outfitters and charters. Outfitters, if you do what you say you do and run a quality business, it's a no-brainer. It's free, it's quick, and it's simple. Hunters and fishermen, now you have the resources to verify you get what you pay for. All you have to do is visit the outfitter testimonials on the site, and you'll understand why you want to be here.
OutfittersRating.com. Trust but verify.
Outfitters Rating TV is brought to you by OutfittersRating.com. Trust, but verify. EuroOptic.com, the source for premium firearms and optics. Swacker, broadheads that open so fast you can hear the swack. CMERE Deer, the revolutionary deer attractant. And by Carl Zeiss Sport Optics. Zeiss, we make it visible.
Too often in hunting, we use crude tools to measure the success of a hunt. Inches of antler or horn, the length of a pelt, or the size of a skull. With the help of outfitter Wayne Woods, veteran John Bennett took his trophy Alaskan brown bear. And while he's thrilled with his trophy, the animal itself only played a small part in the true measure of this hunt.
Yeah. That is a trophy in anybody's book.
Oh boy, I'll say.
This is a lifetime dream of mine, and it's here, it's in front of me, I can actually touch it, and I can't, I don't know how to thank you, and you know, just giving me that opportunity to make my dream come true.
It's such a healing thing, and all of us as outdoorsmen recognize just the benefit of being out and enjoying what we have in this country. And I just really look forward to seeing more people participate in programs like this. These men and women are what makes America great. And I think that we need to do what we can to let them know that, and in doing that, it's good for us too. It's definitely been part of the healing process for me and my family, and it's just so wonderful just to be able to see the character of the men that have served our nation, putting their life and limb at risk, and just be able to share just time out here with them. I just can't express how deeply I feel that.
I just want to thank Wayne and his staff for you know, making this dream of mine come true. It's people like that show me that real humanity still exists. I'm not sure if you're familiar with challenge coins in the military. It shows where I was and the date that I got shot, and on the back side it's got my unit, my rank, and then how long I was in the military. I'd love to present this to you.
Oh, well, thank you.
I really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you so much.
I know that you have a special place for your son, and I'd like you, if you wouldn't mind, if you could put one up there.
Absolutely.
I'd be honored.
Oh.
You know.
Oh, thank you.
You bet. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Oh, it's been awesome, brother. Oh.
Thanks for joining us for this special edition of Outfitters Rating TV. We want to send along a personal note of appreciation to John and Wayne for allowing us to share their story. There are many great organizations out there like Hope for the Warriors doing wonderful work. So we encourage you to support our troops and get involved in welcoming them home. Thanks for watching.